chat yesterday with Dusty May, Michigan coach, Will Hardy, Utah Jazz coach, Woj, Pete Thamel, Jeff Passan, and many others. Smalls is honoring the Springsteen 9 with the Springsteen shirt.
Well, obviously, they're a very cool and successful bunch, so I'm hoping to channel that energy with us today, guys.
And Courtney Cronin in for Chris Canty today in studio.
In studio.
Yes.
First time that we've done it, the three of us in studio at the same time. Michelle and I did this in the summer, so this is cool.
See if you could talk further away from the mic if possible.
I'm like right up against the
No,
thing.
you were not.
The other guy,
Closer
the
to
other
you.
guy
I
is
get
6
yelled
foot
at for you.
8. The other guy's 6'8". I'm dealing with a height disadvantage here. The mic's not exactly at the right spot, but I'll.
How tall are you?
Evan, you can't be the one to call someone out.
No, I just said that. I said I get yelled at all the time for it, rightfully so.
As you should. And we'll yell at her if we can't hear her.
Thank you for having my back. And I'm 5'6.5".
Heard her loud and clear.
Plus taller than
Evan,
you.
when he's trying to make a point, backs away and whispers. Well,
how about the Lakers last night?
Yeah. Michelle, can we get the impression of Evan when he's trying to say something salient?
Here we go.
Before the show or after the show? That's a big difference.
What?
During? How about?
Sometimes, during. Well, that's also an option.
Ahead.
No, but after the show, Evan goes from, yeah, it's unsportsmanlike. What's up? To, hey, what are you saying? What are we doing tomorrow? Let's talk about reads and partnerships. Yes. But a lot of times Evan likes to fidget. Evan fidgets a lot when he talks, and he'll fidget himself away from the microphone to talk about Heat culture or Giannis.
No, not today.
Or LeBron. Yeah. So that's my Evan.
That's not the invitation they wanted, though.
Oh.
They wanted the big, loud to the whisper.
Why don't you do it?
I'm me. I can't imitate myself.
Michelle, come on.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yes, you do.
Do I? Have I done this before?
Okay, so just to clue you in on how much you know what they're talking about.
Tell me.
I go on ESPN Madison every other week with Jim, Matt, and Molly, and in the intro, they have you imitating me in the intro every single time I'm on with them.
But did I not just do it how you will talk really loudly and then you whisper and mumble all the time after the show?
I think Pat did it well when he we were speaking you were speaking close to the mic here, and then you back away like this. It's like a normal radio thing, and I pulled my IFB out doing that. So
but the tone has to change, too. It's like a...
Yeah, give it to us, Cam.
All right, we've gone too far on this because nobody's going to actually do it, so let's get to the juicy JJ Redick stuff.
Cam was just going to do it, but go ahead.
No, it's...
LeBron?
Okay, go ahead.
James, where will he play next year? Could it be the Lakers? Or the Miami Heat? We're not sure. That's next.
ESPN Radio.
That was well done.
I don't need. I hear Rob's laughing out there. I didn't even seen Rob today. He doesn't say hello, and that's what he just does. He just rips on me. Anyway, Lakers get blown out last night. But what was interesting about this is okay, so the Lakers losing without their three best players, the best team in the NBA, obviously, right? And LeBron. I never say this, and I don't in basketball. I don't advise people sitting out. If you're paid to play, play. I actually think he made the right move not playing last night because what was he has to carry them. So what's the upside of putting more wear and tear at 40-plus years old on your body this late in the season without your two running mates?
If you're going to lose, then at least win by protecting his health.
Correct. But here's where it gets really interesting. JJ Redick, head coach of the Lakers, last night, post-game, after his team got destroyed, 123-87, had this to say with the assessment of the team that played last night.
Interaction for me.
You mentioned on Saturday, the practice before the Dallas game, that you're going to ask DeAndre some things. What are those things, and how do you think he's?
Yeah, he's had trouble catching the ball. So we ran a bunch of plays for him. He's just had trouble catching the ball, and I don't know if that's the passing or if it's him trying to get position. He hasn't been able to catch the ball.
JJ Redick, ladies and gentlemen, certainly not afraid to call out his team. Smalls, Courtney, before we go even further on that, your reaction to what JJ Redick just did?
I didn't hear any I statements in there.
Ooh.
It's always someone else. And I get it. You have a team right now that is being held together with duct tape. You're trying to hold on to the 3 seed. You're trying to figure this thing out. Do you think any of this, the whole motivation tactic that he used back in December of calling them a soft team and then trying to get them to ramp up their defensive intensity, it worked eventually, but this is April. The playoffs start in 2 weeks. Do you think that this is all of a sudden going to create some sort of fire under your guys that's not already there? You don't think they recognize the magnitude of this moment? I'm all for how he wants to coach, do it your way. But at some point, there's a line here when he's calling out Jared Vanderbilt, he's calling out DeAndre Ayton, he's calling out Rui Hachimura. It's like one guy after the next, anybody can get it. Like, at some point, when do you look at yourself and say, maybe I've got to change how I'm coaching them throughout this stretch to get the best out of them?
Mm-hmm. Well, I always try to think, if I'm in that position, what would I do? And if I was a Laker or the head coach of the Lakers and I had won 13 of 14 and I was closing in on the 3 seed and all of a sudden my team was clicking in a way it hadn't all season long, the second best player to ever play this game is taking an adjusted role in the best interest of the collective. Luka is looking great and things are rolling. And then all of a sudden, one by one, all these players start dropping with injuries. It's like everything's going wrong. Their pets' heads are falling off. Shadow Dumb and Dumber. I would feel defeated. If I was in that locker room, I would feel defeated. I, as an outsider, had bought into this team in the way that they were playing. I thought, you know what? We're seeing a different version of them down your shoulders and feel defeated by what's happened to your team after you were cruising at such high altitude.
Yeah, I think he's done actually a great job, honestly. Like he's won.
So you're okay with him handling it the way he did?
100%.
And you think this is actually going to help them when they're in a situation that's this dire? Luka's going to Spain to go get treatment on his hamstring.
And I think he brought Reaves with him, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. And so, but this is a situation you think is good. How do you think it's going to play out?
Yeah, so they don't have players that he believes in at this point. I thought Ramona Shelburne, who was a guest last night on ESPN Radio, who covers the NBA and ESPN LA as well, had a great point. She said, it's not like these guys are scrubs. They have a bunch of lottery picks. Do you know that the Lakers last night, in losing 123 to 87, after JJ calls them out, obviously, we just heard. Do you know they started 3 lottery picks last night? Rui there was like the high and then the low. You heard that with the voice there. Rui Hachimura, number 9 overall. Wizards. DeAndre Ayton was the number 1 pick in the draft. And he can't catch the ball. That's what he just said. He cannot catch the ball. Luke Kennard, 12th pick in the draft. Do you know that some of the guys they played last night? Dalton Knecht, 24th pick in the draft. Nick Smith Jr., 27th pick in the draft. Kobe Buffkin, 15th pick in the draft. Jake LaRavia, 19th pick in the draft. The point that Ramona was making that I thought was a brilliant point is we're not just rolling guys off the street because you don't have the second greatest player of all time, a top 5 MVP candidate in Luka, and an out-of-nowhere all-star caliber player in Austin Reaves. They're rolling out lottery picks and first-rounders to compete, and he's saying one guy can't catch the ball. The other guy in Vanderbilt can't, well, he's not a first-round pick, can't make free throws, right? Cannot miss 3 free throws. JJ calls a timeout and takes them out. And then the other guy in Rui's calling out, Hachimura is calling out. These are not scrubs. These are lottery picks and first-round picks that he's asking to compete. So, yeah, good for him calling them out. What, Courtney? You're shaking your head at me.
He does this every single, is there any culpability on JJ Redick? Does he ever put the onus on himself?
What has he done he's won 50-plus games in each of his first 2 seasons, never having coached past Brooklyn middle school basketball.
So, you're saying he has no part of this whatsoever.
No, he had a terrible postseason last year at the end where he didn't play guys past whatever, like in the second half, more than 5 guys. He's altered that. He definitely deserves a finger pointed at him at times, but him asking lottery picks and first rounders to try to
I don't disagree with that.
Is not terrible in my opinion.
I just think the way that he goes about it
he doesn't like this team.
Very clearly.
He does
evidently
not like this team except for the 3 guys.
Yeah.
And maybe there are some other guys that I'm unaware of that he likes, but clearly he doesn't like everyone else.
Well, the way that comes across, you think that that's good? Like, I don't like you guys. I'm making it very clearly and very publicly that I don't like you guys. You think that's going to get the best out of them?
I think
that's not a motivational tactic that works in 2026. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I think the season clearly is over for them, unfortunately.
Correct. Yeah. And obviously that's not on him. That's on the injury situation. It's unfortunate what happened, and I know that
is the what 15-2 in March or whatever it was, that record in March, is that on him at all? Do you give him credit for that?
Of course. Okay. The defensive shift in philosophy of what this team became in March, I put a lot of that on him. But I don't think for all the good that you can bestow that credit towards JJ Redick, that when things are falling apart, feels like he's falling apart publicly at the podium.
That's fair. And the idea of calling someone out, a number 1 overall pick in the draft, and maybe it's not fair what I'm doing, and Ramona gets the credit for if it is a good point. I'm just backing it up. If someone was drafted in a certain spot but no longer plays like that, like nobody would look at DeAndre Ayton as a number 1 overall pick. But factually, he was drafted number 1 overall. So one would think that someone drafted 1 overall could catch. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that. That one was a little insulting.
That's a stretch. It's saying he can't catch the ball. And they're like running plays for him in practice to do that. To me, that's hyperbolic. He can catch the ball. He might have had some bad moments, but to say like, yeah, he can't catch the ball right now. Come on.
But can he?
I mean, Markelle Fultz couldn't shoot.
Yeah, boy, that was nasty. But you're right.
How was it nasty? How was it nasty?
What about Ben Simmons? He couldn't shoot
either. It was chronicled pretty widely, publicly.
What's with these number 1 overall picks?
That's
Ben
what I'm
Simmons
saying.
Couldn't shoot. Markelle Fultz couldn't shoot.
Terrible.
DeAndre Ayton can't catch. Anybody else you want to throw in there?
You got another one?
Yeah, Stacy, our director, just said DeMarcus Russell couldn't throw the ball.
Hey, by the way.
Good one.
Good friends with Lane Kiffin.
What a
still.
reunion yesterday. They took a big picture together, those
Took me
two.
about 20 minutes to figure out who that was in the photo.
Really?
Yes. I couldn't figure it out at first. I'm like, wow. When it clicked, I was like, wow.
Because Lane Kiffin's at LSU, and he was at LSU.
Yes, and he was with the Raiders, and yes.
Maybe the greatest press conference of all time. Al Davis bringing out the projector. No, what is it? The projector, right? For the Lane Kiffin thing. What's it called? The thing where you, like, it's school where you have the piece of paper on the thing.
Scantron.
Scantron?
Scantron was the thing where you would,
No,
like,
you're talking about the clear sheet on the on
that's
the
a
light?
Scantron.
No,
isn't
a
it?
Scantron's when you fill out the bubbles on the test.
Yeah.
Very
I think it's a
90s of us.
projector.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
And you think that press conference is better than Bobby Petrino's?
That's a good one. That's my OC now. UNC under Coach Belichick, hiring some great people there. Anyway, we thought the Lakers were a mess. That doesn't compare to another team in the NBA. We will get to that after I get the opportunity to tell you all about how you're going to consume WrestleMania coming up